What's up, guys? This is the second attempt. I recorded this video, or half of this video, and then realized I didn't have my audio recording. So, going to do exercise 7.28. This is a tool holder. We're going to start the same way we did last time by identifying the major shapes. And I'm going to try and make this real simple. For the people watching on YouTube, I'm going to try and keep this under 30 minutes so we can try and knock this out. But what I want to show is kind of how I would go through this is, so I'm going to start looking at this and take note of some things. So first thing is that this is metric, right? So before we even figure out how we're going to start this, let's open our Solidworks, start a part, and click on this main home screen to get that right box away. If we go down here to IPS, this is inches, pounds, second, we're going to move that up to millimeter, grams, second, right? We're going to do this in metric. And we're going to go back to our drawing and kind of decide how we're going to draw this. So we have a major rectangle here that's 98 by 63. I'll draw that rectangle. Most likely cut out this rectangle in the corner. That's 35 by 16. We'll then move down here, cut this channel out that goes all the way through the part. We've got the dimensions there. It's 14 millimeters wide, 32 millimeters off that edge. We can cut this little pocket in the front, and I'll show you how we find where the center point for the circle is. It's a little tricky. And then we'll start moving to where this hub is going to get set in. That's why I'm assuming this is for some type of circular thing to sit on this piece right here. Then I'm going to chamfer this corner. Then from there I'll probably come in from the back and set this into here because it's got a little bit of a lip left. And I don't want to go back and add that lip. I want to actually just cut back into here, cut that lip out. And it's going to be a little odd because it looks like that's 8 millimeters over, that I'll assume is 8 millimeters out. And it actually looks like this is sticking out of the part. So this curve goes up here. We're going to have to figure that out. So that goes straight and cuts across. That's not going to be a problem, but we'll figure this out. This is what I feel like is going to be a little complicated. But let's start with this rectangle, cut this rectangle out, cut that rectangle out, and put this pocket in. That's going to be pretty simple. We'll start working on this circle in the middle. So start with our sketch, and we're going to grab our front plane and do a rectangle from corner, snap it to the center line. And then again, we know we've got something here and something here, right? So we'll go into our trim options, cut that away, make sure you're on power trim, and we're going to kind of bust through the beginning real quick. So let's go look at our dimensions. We've got 98 by 63, so let's put that in there. We've got from here to here is 98. This long side is going to be 63. Now let's go up to our pocket right here. This first one is, I guess it's not a pocket, it's really cutting that rectangle out. So that's 35 by 16. So let's go dimension this. We've got 35, right, by 16. Easy, now I've got that. Move down to the bottom. 14 millimeters wide, 5 millimeters tall, 32 millimeters from the corner. So we can go here, grab that, is going to be 32 millimeters from here to here. Is going to be, I believe this was 14. Yeah. 14. And it is 5 millimeters tall. So now all of our lines are solid black lines, which means this is constrained. So what I'm going to do from here is extrude that, and we're going to see that comes out 41 millimeters. So we're going to go back into here and take that 10 and go 41 millimeters. All right, here's our first look at the solid part, right? I think what we're going to do from here, let's look at the drawing and see what we would attack next. I would grab this little corner piece and get that out of the way. So that's going to go right here. It's kind of tricky to find out. See, it looks like this slopes and then bink goes straight up. All right, so that center point is going to be the same as the center point. See where this radius 22 is for that arc? Go up there. So that right there is going to be the center point. It's going to attach to that side. Now let's follow these lines and find out where these dimensions are going through. So right here, go along that face, along this face. There's the center point line over to here. Follow that across. It shares a center point with this. Bink, there's a little corner again. Follow the center point. And now we see that center point all the way over here is 35 millimeters from the bottom. So we're going to draw a circle with a radius of 22, 35 millimeters from the bottom, and snapped to that line. So let's go back to our sketch and grab that front face. Let's make a circle, and we're going to start dimensioning things. But first, what I want to do is click this midpoint right here, the middle of the circle, shift, click that line, and we're going to make those coincident. So now that circle is sitting on the line, and if you grab it, you can see it will move up and down, but not left and right. So it's on that line. Now we have to find out how high up it's going to be, and that's what we just found with that, and the diameter, because that's not constrained either. You can tell by the blue lines. So let's go, the radius is 22, which means the diameter is going to be 44. So you see that circle with the cross through it, if you don't know, is a symbol for diameter. Because our diameter is 22, we multiply radius times 2 equals 44. And the other thing I'm going to do is add this dimension 35. So click that center point, click that bottom line, and assign 35 to that. Now this is constrained, but we still have more things we need to do with this sketch. And one of the things we need to do is trim this. And I'm going to show you, right, first let's actually go to this side, and this line's going to go up here. Now, just to be careful, actually, that's already vertical, so I don't need to assign vertical to it. It is vertical, because you see it swoops up, and then right at the center point, it starts going straight up. So what I made the mistake of doing first time is trim this, go over here, whoop, okay, the whole circle's gone. What happened? So I'm going to Control Z out of that, and what is happening is I have no lines to trim to. So I'm going to go to Convert Entities and steal some geometry from the sketch. So I'm going to grab that line, I'm going to grab that line, and I'm going to hit the check mark. Now I have this geometry in here too. You see I can select on that, and it's going to be an actual working line. It's solid black. So go back up to trim. Now if I go through here, see how that circle trimmed to that line? Trim that line, trim that line, trim that line. Then we're going to go in here, and it turned blue. So that means we have an enclosed shape. The lines are black, which means everything's constrained. All right. How far do we need to put this back is 9 millimeters. All right. So we're going to go over to our features and extrude cut. And right now it's going all the way through. So I'm going to do, actually right here, click 9 millimeters, and this yellow will show you the preview, right? Hit check, and now we've updated that. The next thing I want to do is that hole. That hole is going all the way through the part. So I'm going to sketch on this plane a hole. All right. So I have it, but it's blue. We don't know where it is in space. We need to start assigning dimensions to this again. So dimensions. Now we see that it shares this center line, which we already found out. Boom, boom, boom. Follow this around to here, and we're going to get 35 from the bottom. The diameter needs to be 9. And sorry, my dog's going nuts right now. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry, she's barking at the TV. So we're going to assign some dimensions to here. So 35 millimeters off and 9 millimeter diameter, right? Smart dimension. We've got our 9 millimeter diameter. We're going to go 35 millimeters from the bottom. Now what else? We don't know how far left and right it is, so let's find that out. 11 millimeters to that center point. All right? Center point to this wall is 11 millimeters. Now we have a solid black circle with a dark blue fill, which means it is ready to extrude cut. So that hole is going to go through all. Right? And I guess we could use the hole wizard for that. So let me see. Give me 1 second.